What's up, people? Welcome back, and hopefully this is a little bit of a smoother run from last episode. We had a death, kind of messed up the recording, and a couple other things. Got ahead of myself, got to equip a ring, so let's get back into it. A little change of plans. We were going to go take out the final boss of the Archstone of the Shadowman, which is at the old hero Archstone. Instead, since we've pretty much taken out at least one boss on every Archstone, I figured we would move on and head to the Valley of Defilement, which is the first area of the Archstone of the Chieftain. So we're going to go ahead and jump into there. I do want to show you some of the things that we're going to be working with as we head in there. We finally equipped a bow. We got the compound short bow. I didn't upgrade it at all. We don't really need to. And I picked up some regular arrows with the remaining souls that I had from last episode. Also, we're going to take half moon grass and full moon grass. You can see we got plenty of that. And we're going to take the royal lotus, which will heal us from poison, and the widow's lotus, which will heal us from plague, both of which we will see a bit of in this next area. We're also going to take turpentine because it's going to be really useful. We're going to keep the rings. The regenerator's ring and the shield are also going to be helpful as we move into this area with plenty of poison. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Now, if you guys will recall, this was the area that we ran to a few episodes back to grab the Morning Star. We just went in a very short distance into the level, and then we got out. And as we came in here, I started to say that, well, I started to hint at the fact that I don't really care much for this place. It is actually not my least favorite place in Demon Souls. There's another level that I can't stand way more than this. Let me take this guy out and say, in this first part, I actually really appreciate the level design, and I actually enjoy playing through. It's as you get farther into this Archstone that it just kind of starts getting annoying. And it really goes back to the fact that I just don't like poison areas in games, especially the Souls games, which they all contain a poison area at some point, and I just get annoyed by them. I think it's kind of a cheap gimmick in games, but either way, we're going to make our way through. It's not that bad in this one. So you got to be very careful, as you can see. These flaming guys first and foremost. But also the guys that start to get up off the ground. So it looks like there's just a couple over here. Give yourself some space. Take it easy. And make sure you don't swing yourself off there like I almost did. Yeah. Keep an eye out for the ambushes. Guys get up off the ground all over the place. I'm trying to remember if I can. You can kick that down from over here. Pick that up. Got a talisman. Anybody that wants to add some miracles to their build, that's where you get your free talisman. Continue moving on. Obviously, most of the treacherous parts in this area are going to involve gravity, but this is kind of a trick here. Step over this guy, you think it's just a dead body, you're focusing on him. But right when you walk past, this guy starts to get up. It is a combo that I wanted to show you with the Uchigatana, which is pretty good. And that is a heavy attack followed by a light attack at the end. Now the heavy attack is obviously slow, you can see. But that light attack when you're up close comes off really quick. So if you got some space, use your heavy attack, then follow it up with a light attack for a very quick follow-up. Alright, so down here you can see it gets a little bit messy. I prefer to drop down in here, because those guys will pick you apart as you're climbing down. We'll go ahead and take these guys out while we're here. Pop through the fog gate just in case you can't hit it from the other side, but we will make our way back to this point. But instead of carrying on that way, we go out here, and if you look down you see the nest. You can actually drop down in there. It is a trap though, so be ready to fight. Get a stone. And we're going to get some other items from this area. Oh, that lizard took off. There's a lizard there. But if you run in to try to get that lizard, you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble. Pick up these items. Yeah, another ambush. Always be wary of these guys. Well, for that reason, that shove is pretty dangerous up here, as you can see. But also, if they're laying on the ground, if you haven't killed them, keep an eye on them. Chances are they're going to pop up. Alright. So this is the first reason why we brought our bow and arrow. Guy right here. Pick him out. Because if you don't, if you walk up and you're close when you hit him, there's the blessed mace. Two things, let me go back. If you go up to those guys and you kill them up close, there's a good chance you're going to get poisoned. So the bow and arrow works best for those guys. The second thing is that mace. I used to come down all the way down here to get that mace and then head back out. But the Morning Star is much more convenient, as you can see. Like that. So these guys, there it is, will the plague. And it's hard to tell which ones are still alive when everything's bouncing around. The Uchi is not the best item for that. So you can see we got the plague here, which is pretty nasty on its own, but our shield and our ring combo is helping to keep us, I would say, pretty much safe. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. So we'll go ahead and choke down a Widow's Lotus. That right there is the way to continue. You can see with that giant beast waiting for us with this club, but we're gonna go this way first. Got another merchant right here.
Won't you buy something? My poor child is hungry.
Check out her inventory. If you need to, you can pick up some Lotus of both kinds there. She also sells black turpentine, which is really useful. So you can buy that. I believe it's unlimited, so yeah. Some weapons, mostly cleric, faith-based weapons there. And then the chainmail. We're not going to pick anything up right now. We're just going to carry on. Another one of those areas where there's no prompt, but you can just step right up. We got this guy coming in. We're going to use our thrust attack. That's our R2, our heavy, so that we don't hit these guys. Bring this guy back in. Way safer. So you can see that combo. Really awesome combo if you have the space. That guy's gonna flop himself off. That dude's gonna get up. He's not fooling us. Whoops. I wanted to get out of there quick. We'll take a look at our gear that we just picked up here in just a second. Head back in. Alright, we grab the Saint's robe. Decent looking set. You want to add that to some armor, some chainmail. Pretty good cleric-y looking character. Okay, so heading this way. Gotta watch out for that rock. And then I would recommend not fighting this guy out here. You can see he hits pretty hard. And he will stagger you into a complete disaster. So we're gonna... Oh no. Camera is definitely not your friend. Alright, we're out of that mess. Into another mess. Wow. Super tight quarters. I'm trying not to... You know what? Swing away. Get those guys out of there. Jeez, man. So you can see this part gets a little bit messy. He can't follow us up here. Okay, we're gonna go up even more because he can follow us up here. Those actually, if you're having trouble, this is actually a pretty good place to kite him back to. He'll get stuck right there. Pop him in the head with the bow and arrow. For that guy. These dudes. So obviously the camera is hindering our combat more than anything else. I would recommend not locking on, but with so much stuff getting in front of the camera, it might be hard to even see what you're looking at. So but then again, it was hard either way. Okay. Now let's reset. We're gonna draw one or two of these on over here. This is probably gonna draw that guy as well, but oh. We're gonna run in. If he doesn't let you get off the bridge, come back this way, because we just don't want to fight him on the bridge, because then we're just going to be forced to stand right in front of him. Nice. So we got a bleed on him, and again we're getting pinched by him and the camera. He does a great job of shuffling to one side and then swinging back, keeping you locked in. I don't know what I'm stuck on, but quite annoying. Alright, so I managed to make a complete mess of that area, but they really weren't doing that much damage. So where we're at, it was pretty safe. I don't know what those footsteps are. Oh. So item back here, they throw you some full moon grass going in. We are going to ready our turpentine, and we're going to fight this boss. Now, generally I just take this boss on. I just go right at him. As you'll see, he's not that big of a deal. Can be, but you want to try to go in, hit him as hard as you can, as fast as you can, because he does have a heal ability that you will see. Following out here. Start dropping down. Come over to this area right here. Start blasting him. You're gonna get this stuff on you. You can see when he gets the growths coming out of the middle of him, he's got a heal ability. But he's really no threat to us right now. And he's dead. Slug ball demon destroyed. That's not his official name, but it might as well be. Grab your items. Kinds of goodies there. And so that was pretty quick at the wriggling demon soul, because it was the first area of that archstone. It's kind of why I wanted to get into there before it was way too easy and just kind of pointless. So we'll run through there and we're gonna head back in there. When we head back in there, we're gonna keep basically the same loadout, the same healing items. We'll drop off all the stones that we picked up. Mace, the talisman, saint stuff. Looking
You have
pretty
a
good.
heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
One thing I should warn you about before I wrap up here is when you're carrying arrows, if you carry a bunch of projectiles, or ammunition I should say, it does add up, and it will add up quite a bit of weight to your carrying capacity. Not your equipment, but your actual inventory weight. So you can see over there in this middle, item burden, we're at 97 of 130, which doesn't seem like much, but if we're in a level where we're picking up a bunch of armor or weapons and stuff like that, and you have even more arrows than what I've got, it can be a bit of an issue. So I like to stay anywhere around 200 to 300 arrows. Should generally be pretty good and should limit your item burden. Alright, we're at about 20 minutes. We'll go ahead and wrap it up right there. That was a kind of a shorter episode, but we got the first area knocked out. When we come back, we will hit the Leechmonger Archstone, and then you'll really see why that is one of the most annoying parts of Demon Souls. But we will get that next time, and I will see you then. Later.